Hey everybody, it's Justin with Midwest Mealworms. I've had a couple requests to do a walkthrough of the farm, so I wanted to do that before I got into doing some work and some cleanup within the farm, so you can see that this is a real thing. It's dirty, it's kind of messy. I didn't want to fluff anything up or make anything pretty for you. It's a stinky, sweaty job sometimes, so I just wanted to give you a real view of what's going on. So this is me walking through the front door. Let me back up a little bit. There's the door over here. And above there is actually where the window unit for AC comes into play during the warmer months. So we walk in, and off to the right, shipping table. So you can see I've got some mealworms there. In the back is where I'm pulling out the superworm beetles that are popping right now. Fresh ones, you can see them nice and white and red, so you know that they're young. But this is where I do my packing. So a couple of shelves, again, going vertical, just trying to maximize the space in here. You can hear the fridge kicking on off to the left there as we rotate, but you can see the custom sifter I built here with different trays, with different mesh sizes, off to the edge, or off to the left here of the shipping table. This allows me to use that table whenever I'm doing any sifting and sorting here, and then I stack on top as I'm doing other work. So different levels there, ultimately down to a closed container that captures the frass. Heading off to the left, there's the exhaust fan. So that runs every 3 hours for 30 minutes. It pulls in fresh air, exhausts the air that's in here, just keeps things moving. So the insects need fresh air, fresh oxygen, just like any living thing. Above that, some shelving. You'll notice up in here, anybody who's watched the videos in the past, the Will They Climb? I need to do some more of those. If you guys have any suggestions, anything you want to test, please drop me a comment, let me know. And we've got a table. Use that. You've seen that in the pupa sifting videos, things like that. Just generic purpose. It's movable, so if I needed to do anything, I can move it out of the way. And then I've got my vibration sifter below that. One thing I didn't mention, so this custom sifter here, this guy, he is on wheels as well, and so that allows me to move that thing around. It just gives me flexibility in here if I need to adjust anything. We continue around. Fridge. So I've got a freezer. I do freeze things when necessary so that they don't get out during the spring and summer months. These insects can survive outdoors in Missouri, so if there's anything that needs to be culled or is just old or something I can't filter things out of, pick things out of, bad bins, stuff like that, I'll throw it in the freezer there, let it sit for a couple days, and then dispose of it. Bottom is a fridge. This is where I'd use cold storage for the mealworms, just to keep them sort of slowed down so they don't pupate for anything that's going to be shipped out. So I'll pull stuff out of here on Sundays, let them feed overnight. They've got wheat bran in there with them, but that way getting them fed overnight helps prep them for shipping on Monday. So not a whole lot else going on in there. On top of the freezer, or on top of the fridge, sorry, custom filter. There's a squirrel fan on the inside of there, and what it does is you can see the filter's on top, pulls the air in, and then shoots it out that vent there. Again, just to kind of filter the air. Everything is off in the farm right now, so I didn't mention that at the beginning, but I don't have my mask on. I haven't been working in here yet, so it's calm and there's nothing moving around. So always wear your mask inside of your farm to prevent allergies and reactions. Moving around, throwback to when the farm was tiny. If we actually look up here, there's the original ending point to the farm. So where this 2x4 is there and that foam line there, that used to be a wall. And so the farm used to only be about 8 feet, 10 feet by 20. And those hooks, maximizing my vertical space, those hooks are where I hung some of the pans and sifter tools that I used. So they're still there just in case, but not in use anymore because I've got shelving and other places. So there's miscellaneous items there, extra vacuum, some labels, the scale on the middle shelf there for weighing frass. And then below that you'll see the heater. So that tiny little heater there heats this entire room. It's well insulated. And does well with just that small heater. And then there is one of the humidifiers, one of two. And again, not on because I don't have my mask on yet. So as we go around the perimeter, you've probably seen this image on one of the social posts I've done. Took a picture of this recently, showing the new walls on the side. They're slick, so they keep anything that hits them from getting into the foam. The long-term goal is to seal up the top as well, just to cover all my bases there. But you can see here on the left, a bunch of trays, lovely mealworms, mealworms, mealworms. This is metal warehouse shelving. Found that on Craigslist, a local seller here, so I was able to grab that and repurpose it here in the farm. Moving around here, these are the pupating trays. I've done a short video on those, so anything in these two towers, that tower there, that whole vertical, and then this tower here, that whole vertical, those will never go out, so never get shipped out. They will be kept in the colony to produce pupa and then ultimately beetles to keep the colony going. So it's in my best interest not to ship any of those out because I need more mealworms, so they stay here. As we continue around, we've got more mealworms on the left here, and we get into a movable stackable tray there, and then Phyllis, as I affectionately call this one here. So this is this guy here is a single unit. This was the original tower that I built down in my basement that ultimately was moved out here. So it used to be just one vertical. Let me see if I can get a better view. Move some things around without knocking anything over. Always a fun challenge when you're doing this one-handed. So you can see the vertical stack there. Very similar to the pupating towers. Same concept, but these are all connected. So this used to be downstairs in my basement as one tower. I made it three and moved it out here. So it's all still connected. So I've got superworms primarily and some mealworms in this tower. So there's one of my superworm beetle bins right there. These guys, oh, I'm pulling the wrong one out. There we go. These guys. So these are some older beetles. You can see they are black. Let's look at some fresh beetles. There's some fresh ones. Oh, there's a little cleaner crew beetle. Get rid of him. These are little guys that fly, so you don't want these guys around. There we go. As we continue to move through, another one of those metal trays, or metal shelving units. This is where one of the videos was recently shot. You can see the tripod there. This will eventually, once the population increase continues, this will eventually be more mealworm trays stacked on top of each other. So you can see one right there getting ready and going. These will ultimately be filled as well, help increase production of both mealworms and frass. We keep coming around, and eventually we're going to see there's the AC unit at the top. Beetle Tower right here. So this tower here contains all the beetles for my colony that are laying eggs. So as we zoom in and go in on one of these, open this guy up, all those beetles going to town, laying eggs. That's that whole tower. So everything there is going to eventually turn into larvae. And that is the farm. I've got some trays here that need to be moved around a bit. I got a little test going in there. I was just grabbing that and pulling some mealworms out every now and then. And here's the superworms pupating. So two of those. There's another one down below. And now we're in the middle of the farm. So we're back to kind of where we started. I'm standing over by the shipping table, just kind of looking inside, back where we started. The only thing to mention here at the front that I haven't talked about, metal shelving, again on wheels. You can see that right there, so that it can move around as well. I have my frass right here. That's where I grab from for anything that needs to be shipped out. So it's got its container on there, so no mealworms, anything's going to get in there, fall down. I want to make sure that the folks that are buying frass and not buying mealworms aren't getting mealworms, right? That's a quick tour of the farm. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen, please let me know. Happy to answer those questions. Reach out to me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to text me. Send MWMW to 555-888, and we'll start texting, see what you need, see how I can help you out. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll be texting with each other soon.